afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. A couple of sleepy people around here. The lightning and the thunder woke me up.
Oh, did it?
It never wakes me up.
It never wakes you up? What about the dogs? Don't the dogs wake you up?
No, they didn't care.
They don't care.
And rain is coming to an end maybe tomorrow. So we'll get to the weather.
More rain today.
In just a minute. Topping our news today, a new technique developed by specialists at the University of Wisconsin-Madison could help more people with kidney transplants.
Pro-life advocates gather at the Capitol to say action needs to be taken to end abortion services in the state.
And Wisconsin lawmakers are debating a bill to lower taxes on a significant portion of Wisconsinites. Let's take a look outside. It didn't rain all day.
Well, it's still mild. Mild enough to wear a t-shirt.
One more day of showers. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is in the backyard, dry right now.
Yeah, it is. You know, as I mentioned yesterday, I wasn't expecting an all-day rain, but when it rains, sometimes it can come down hard, as it did last night, along with some lightning and thunder. Visible cloud track shows this spinning in the clouds. You can see the circulation just to the west of us, and as long as we're near that circulation center, we're going to see clouds and we're going to see more showers. And you can see this on Doppler track, these little bands of showers and isolated thunderstorms that are just kind of rotating around that area of circulation. Right now, the most concentrated areas of showers and storms are south and west of Madison, although there was a band to the north and east of town earlier. But you can see right now some heavier showers and isolated thunderstorms moving from about Darlington over toward Platteville and Lancaster. And they're actually moving back toward the northwest because of the circulation on that low pressure system. Right now, Dane County pretty much dry, but again, we'll probably see some showers before too long. 6-hour future track radar shows scattering of showers and isolated thunderstorms continuing through the evening hours. Current temperatures are mainly in the 60s. Janesville right now at 70, but just about everybody else in the 60s. Madison at 67, 68 in Belleville, and 68 right now in Cross Plains. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy with some scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm this evening as temperatures drop just a couple of degrees to around 63 by late evening. Later on, I'll take a look at how much more rain we can expect and when we can expect to dry out.
All right, we'll check back, Gary. Thank you. A new technique developed by specialists at the University of Wisconsin in Madison could help more people with kidney transplants.
Our Catherine Merck went inside the lab and joins us to explain the success from a team of scientists. Catherine?
In order to have a successful organ transplant, the donor and the recipient both need to be compatible in a variety of different ways. This recent method would help improve that compatibility and also could help people tolerate this life-saving care. The experimental transplant that led to this approach came from matching monkeys at the Wisconsin National Primate Research Center. Through their work, they found out their methods with the monkeys could resemble human transplants. The professor of surgery I spoke with told me this development is very special for a city of our size.
This is an elite program that does strong work in clinical transplants. I mean, we're one of the largest clinical transplant programs, even though we're not the largest city by any means.
This research was supported by grants from the National Institutes of Health. The professor told me this type of work speaks to the importance of organ donation and how it can save lives.
We're lucky to live here, that's for sure. Catherine, thank you. An investigation found that a prescribed burn did not cause the wildfire that burned over 3,000 acres of land at Fort McCoy's northern border earlier this year. A Department of Defense investigation reportedly concluded that a prescribed burn on April 12th did not cause the Arcadia fire. Investigators were not able to determine if an April 11th prescribed burn played a role in the fire. Army officials said the fire started in or around McCredden's Pass. That's over 1.5 miles away from where the April 12 prescribed burn was conducted. It's been a week and 1 day since Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin resumed abortion services at locations in Madison and Milwaukee.
The move has been met with heavy criticism from pro-life advocates. Several groups holding a press conference at the Capitol today. Kyle Pozorski joins us with more on their demands. Kyle?
Representatives from Wisconsin Right to Life, Wisconsin Family Action, and Pro-Life Wisconsin called on both the Dane and Milwaukee County District Attorneys today. They say action needs to be taken to end abortion services in the state. It all stems from Wisconsin's 1849 ban, which Dane County Judge Diane Shipler had said doesn't apply to consensual abortions. Instead, she says it applies to feticide. Planned Parenthood agreed with that decision and began reoffering abortion services last week. The pro-life groups say DAs Ozane and Chisholm are being selective in not bringing charges to those performing abortions.
Now is not the time to be selective in which laws we enforce and which laws we don't enforce in Wisconsin.
Representatives from the pro-life group say Dane County District Attorney Ozane is acting out of his boundaries. Last year, Ozan said he would use his discretion to not enforce, quote, archaic laws. In an email response to me today, Ozan said that his position has not changed. Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin, for their part, has also said there is nothing to enforce. Mark and Susan.
Kyle, thank you. A handgun was found during a security screening at the Dane County Regional Airport yesterday. A TSA officer reportedly spotted the gun around 5:30 a.m. Monday while using an X-ray machine to screen carry-on luggage. Dane County Sheriff's deputies took the gun, which TSA officials said was loaded. This is the third firearm found by the TSA at the Dane County Airport this year. There were 5 firearms found at the airport last year.
Wisconsin lawmakers are debating a bill to lower taxes on a significant portion of Wisconsinites.
Political reporter Will Keneally has the latest from the Capitol.
The tax cut would impact a wide swath of Wisconsinites. It's the state's third bracket, impacting people making from $15,000 to $225,000 per year for single filers. Now, the tax cut would drop the income tax rate by about 1%. So someone making the state's median income of $36,000 would see an annual savings of about $32 per year. The tax cut is part of ongoing discussions over how to spend the state's $4 billion budget surplus. Republicans argue that they want to return that money to taxpayers, but Democrats like Madison's Calderoy's says that that is not sustainable.
Giving away, just throwing away this one-time surplus to blow a permanent hole in our budget is not going to do that. It's counterproductive.
A similar plan was vetoed by the governor earlier this year, and it was approved today out of the state's powerful budget writing committee along party lines. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Well, the calendar rolls over to October 1st this weekend, and that's when the federal government will shut down unless Congress steps in to pass a spending bill to keep it running.
But there doesn't appear to be any movement toward a deal. So far, there is only gridlock. Christian Benavides has more from Capitol Hill.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy tried to pin the looming government shutdown on President Biden.
The president can really come down to this and make sure government stays open. All he has to do takes some action on the border to secure it.
But President Biden released a video saying it's the far-right Republicans that are calling the shots now, and he blames them for the inaction.
I'm prepared to do my part. But the Republicans in the House of Representatives refuse. They refuse to stand up to the extremists in their party. So now everyone in America could be forced to pay the price.
The House will be in order.
McCarthy plans to bring 4 of the 12 appropriations bills to the House floor Tuesday evening, but far-right Republicans have blocked previous attempts to even begin debate on the bills.
I never give up.
Mr. Speaker, I know that, Mr. Speaker, you have the vote.
I've got a lot of things I can try.
The House bills are partisan packages that are favored by Republicans because they include deep spending cuts, but they're also non-starters in the Democratic-controlled Senate. The Senate is preparing to pass a short-term spending bill to temporarily avoid a shutdown. But the same far-right House members blocking votes on spending bills say they will not vote for any short-term continuing resolution. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And senators are debating whether to include more funding for Ukraine as part of the short-term continuing resolution.
A majority of senators support money for Ukraine.
However, it's the less popular in the House, and adding that to the CR will make it harder to pass in the lower chamber. Now, in the shutdown, many federal operations and services will grind to a halt. But one thing that won't stop, Social Security payments. The checks will keep coming if the federal government shuts down next week. The government says more than 66.7 million Americans were receiving Social Security checks as of August. The average monthly benefit was roughly $1,700. Social Security payments can continue because they are mandatory spending and the money comes from a trust fund. Disability payments will also continue to be dispersed.
President Biden joined the picket line in Michigan today to stand in solidarity with striking auto workers. The White House says it's the first time a sitting president has done that in modern times. The United Auto Workers Union has been on strike against Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis for 12 days now. The president told striking auto workers that they saved the auto industry back in 2008.
Gave up a lot, and the companies were in trouble. But now they're doing incredibly well. And guess what? you should be doing incredibly well, too.
Workers are seeking a 36% raise over 4 years, and they want to extend union protections to workers at 10 electric vehicle battery factories. As the strike expands, the economic impacts are already being felt. Ford announced it would pause work on a $3.5 billion electric vehicle plant in Michigan, and some automotive suppliers in the state are warning that layoffs may soon be necessary.
Well, today the U.S. State Department unveiled its official portrait of the 67th Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. Clinton, the third woman to serve in the role, was joined by her husband, former President Bill Clinton, for the unveiling ceremony.
This is an incredibly emotional moment, looking out and seeing so many of you with whom I was privileged to serve over my 4 years.
Current Secretary of State Antony Blinken hosted the event and said during Clinton's tenure, she traveled to 112 countries as President Obama's chief foreign affairs advisor. The portrait was painted by artist Stephen Polson.
Today, Senator Tammy Baldwin joined a growing list of lawmakers on Capitol Hill, calling on New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez to resign. In a statement, Baldwin called the charges against Menendez deeply troubling, and that the New Jersey Democrats' alleged actions breach the American people's trust and compromise his ability to effectively represent his constituents.
Well, does it seem like Taylor Swift is everywhere these days?
Well, that's because she is. Even in the classroom, one teacher in England is teaching Swifterature.
Okay.
More on that when Live at 4 continues.
Save big on your painting projects with 11% off everything at Menards. Ultra is an interior paint and primer in one that provides a clean, durable finish. Get a gallon for just $19.29 after rebate. Save time on your painting projects with grand distinction. It's a premium paint and primer in one that offers superior surface coverage. Pick up a gallon of grand distinction interior paint for only $32.89 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Floor & Decor, my go-to to get it all. Tile, wood, stone, and laminate, they've got it. Installation materials, yep, and all the tools I need, they've got those too. More importantly, they've got my back with benefits and services I actually want, and a pro app that makes my job easier. Floor & Decor just gets it. That means I get more done.
At Floor & Decor, whether you're looking for everyday low pricing on in-stock job lot quantities and installation materials, or a powerful partner to help take your business to the next level, we've got you covered. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Your heart is the beat of life. If you have heart failure, entrust your heart to Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor if Entresto is right for you.
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited. So if you're off the racking or crab cracking, you're cash backing. Cash back on flapjacks, baby backs, or tacos at the Taco Shack.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
Switch to a King Suite.
Or book a silent retreat.
Silent retreat? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I can't talk right now. I'm at a silent retreat. Cash back on everything you buy with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
Watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. It's time to go inside the huddle as the Badgers have opened up Big Ten play on a high note with a win at Purdue.
Now, just as they seem to be finding their groove, they get a week off. We went inside the huddle in our weekly taping last night with Badger center Tanner Bortolini, who says now is as good a time as any to take a week off to rest and rejuvenate.
I think, at some point you just kind of need to take a step back, mentally reset. And I think it's a good opportunity to go back and look at what you did in the first few weeks, learn from the mistakes you may have made, what you can do better, and really use that going in for the rest of these 8 weeks we have left. So I think
you can watch the entire episode of Inside the Huddle Friday at 6:30 right here on Channel 3. The Badgers return to action a week from Saturday on October 7th. At home against Rutgers with an 11 a.m. kickoff, and it's homecoming.
It is.
On the UW campus. Well, there is an important recall for owners of bicycles with Shimano cranksets.
680,000 of the bike's crankshafts have been voluntarily recalled. That's the part of the bike that the chain and pedals attached to for pedaling. There's a risk that those parts are separating, causing riders to crash. So far, there have been more than 4,500 reports of injuries, including fractures and cuts. The company advises consumers to stop using the bicycles and contact Shimano directly or an authorized Shimano dealer to see if your bike is eligible for a free inspection. U.S.
home prices continued to rise in July for the 6th straight month, according to the U.S. National Home Price Index, which was released today. Home prices rose 0.6% from the month before. Low inventory is what continues to inflate the cost of homes. Meanwhile, new home sales dropped as mortgage rates topped 7%, rising to the highest level in more than 20 years.
It was a rough day on Wall Street as investors worry about the government shutdown. The Dow Industrials fell 388 points, or over 1%. The NASDAQ dropped 207 points. It's 1.5%, and the S&P 500 lost 63, also 1.5%. Taylor Swift music is sweeping the globe from the stage to the silver screen.
And now it's entering its classroom era, with students taking inspiration from Swift's literary lyrics.
Tina Kraus has the story from London.
Circulate some paper here. There is a big marker pen. Professor Ellie McCausland loves teaching literature, especially since her newest class is tailored to her liking.
I'm a long-standing Swiftie. I've been a fan of hers for a long time.
Taylor! The pop star's flair for looping literature into her lyrics inspired McCausland's blog called Swifterature, which compares references and themes in Swift's songwriting to literary greats.
Especially when she released Folklore and Evermore, I started thinking about the connections between her work and literature.
And that led her to launch a Swift course in comparisons between famous historical writers and the 33-year-old singer.
I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, and I'm in my master year of English literature.
Students at Ghent University in Belgium study the star's lyrics and debate whether she's a literary genius.
People look down on Taylor Swift, but I just love the fact that you look at these old historical works through the lens of how does it influence the now.
Taylor Swift is one of our most popular artists of our modern day, and this way it might be easier for people to learn to relate to literature more.
If I was inspired to write it after reading...
Professor McCausland hopes the modern move sparks a love story with literature over the centuries. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Why wasn't there any class like that when I was in college?
Yeah,
I thought that would be more crowded.
Yeah, well, she will be eventually.
Yes.
It's England, I don't know. Picking up the pieces in paradise.
When we come back, survivors return to what is left of their homes in Lahaina, Hawaii. We'll have that story coming up after Gary's First Warn forecast.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So let's gear up for it with an SUV like the Ford Bronco Sport. It has a terrain management system with 5 standard GOAT modes, so you can go over any type of terrain. Plus, 4x4 capability is standard across the entire lineup. Be adventure ready with Ford Bronco Sport. Choose FlexBuy on Bronco Sport and get 3.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Did you know 80% of women are struggling with hair damage? Dryness and frizz that keeps coming back could be damaged hair that can't retain moisture. You need Pantene's Miracle Rescue Deep Conditioner. It's filled with provitamins to help hair lock in moisture, visibly repairing 6 months of damage in just 1 use, with no weigh down. Guaranteed or your money back. For hair that looks healthy and stays healthy. If you know it's Pantene.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and Saturday. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Well, take a look at this. Airbnb is offering a one-of-a-kind stay for the ogre lover out there. For fans of Shrek films, Airbnb is offering a 2-night stay in Shrek's mud-laden, moss-covered, murky-watered swamp located in the Scottish Highlands. The stay comes complete with a waffle breakfast, courtesy of a donkey, a parfait, and earwax candlelight. The swampy vacay spot will open up for booking on October 13th for up to 3 guests, October 27th through the 29th. Airbnb notes that the bathroom is located 20 meters from the main living area in a standalone facility.
Well, that's how the ogres do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't have it any other way.
Right.
Is there earwax candle? Is that a thing?
I love the Shrek movies,
but it was so long ago, I don't remember.
I don't remember that part either.
Parfait?
I don't know.
I don't know. So
remember the donkey. That's
October
the
13th.
Yeah.
You gotta get your reservations in for that. Gary's going to have a look at the weather coming up right after this.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer, or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 2.1% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you linked to dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Fight the flu with Sanofi flu vaccines, which help prevent flu in older adults. They've even been shown to provide better protection from flu-related complications compared to standard dose flu shots.
Don't get Fluzone high-dose quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flublok quadrivalent if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
This flu season, you do have a choice. Choose the protection of a Sanofi flu vaccine. Ask your pharmacist or doctor which Sanofi flu vaccine is right for you.
Daddy teaches you can be anything in this world that you want to be, right? Don't Daddy teach you that?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white or any color.
See, this is how children think right here. Critical race theory wants to end that.
You can make friends.
Yeah, you can make friends, no matter what color they are. So we need to stop CRT.
The truth wins if we're all brave enough to tell it.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're watching some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms over parts of southern Wisconsin and northwestern Illinois that are moving towards southern Wisconsin. Heaviest showers and isolated thunderstorms now across northwestern Illinois. Here's the state line. They're moving towards southern portions of Grant County, and they're actually moving back toward the north and west because of the circulation around low pressure across eastern Iowa. So these storms will be heading over toward Hazel Green by about 4:40, and then eventually toward Cuba City by about 10 minutes to 5. You can see this area of showers and storms just kind of lifting back toward the north and west. Farther to the north and west, also another little area of showers and storms from around Darlington, heading up toward Mineral Point, and again back toward the north and west. Now, Dane County right now, pretty much precipitation free, but we'll probably see some more showers and isolated thunderstorms develop over the next couple of hours as that low pressure system draws close. We've had some showers earlier across parts of southern Wisconsin, and 6-hour future track radar shows more pop-up showers and isolated thunderstorms. Few of them will have heavy downpours, but there'll be also some dry periods in between, not a continuous rain, just like we're seeing right now. And if you take a look at Doppler track precipitation over the last 48 hours, you can see there have been some areas of heavier rain of over 2 inches or more. Most of southern Wisconsin has seen a good inch or so of rain. Some of the heaviest totals right now appear to be over parts of, say, southern portions of Richland County, northern Grant County. You can see around Boscobel, this is over a 2-day period, maybe as much as 6 inches of rain, 4 to 5 inches up in parts of Vernon County into Richland County, around Richland Center, and then southwestern portions of Dane County, around the town of Perry, maybe as much as about 5.5 to 6 inches of rain. Belleville, areas north of New Glarus, maybe as much as 3.5 inches of rain, and about 2.5 to 3 inches around Mineral Point and into around Hollandale in Iowa County. 3 things you need to know in the forecast: more showers through tomorrow night, maybe a couple of isolated thunderstorms this evening, and some fog, also a possibility tonight and then again tomorrow night with all that moisture in the air. But then we should dry out and warm up. In fact, by Sunday through Tuesday, we're looking at high temperatures at or above 80 degrees, and dry weather starts Thursday and lasts through the middle part of next week. So something to keep in mind as we head into next week. We could use this rain because we're going to be looking at a period of dry weather. Planning your night, well, look for showers, isolated thunderstorms this evening. Notice the temperatures dropping into the lower 60s and then just kind of staying there because of all that moisture, and that will lead to some areas of fog. The showers becoming less numerous as we get into the overnight hours, and the thunderstorm chances, I think, just about go down. By early tomorrow morning, just a few scattered showers, but they'll start popping up again during the morning hours tomorrow and into tomorrow afternoon. Not as widespread as today, and certainly not as widespread as yesterday. High temperatures topping out in the upper 60s. Rainfall amounts probably about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch west of Dane County from Madison eastward, maybe about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain, and that's through early on Thursday morning. As we take a look at planning your night across southern Wisconsin, low 63 in Fond du Lac, 61 in Lone Rock, and 61 in Monroe. Again, some off and on shower chances here in Dane County. 62 in Middleton, 63 in Verona, and again, a possibility for an isolated thunderstorm this evening. Tomorrow, look for cloudy skies, scattered showers, high temperature at 68 degrees. I don't think we'll see any thunderstorms tomorrow. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Look for a high temperature of 71 on Thursday as skies start to turn partly sunny in the afternoon. Then we'll see lots of sunshine and again, that prolonged period of dry weather. High temperatures, upper 70s on Saturday, around 80, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. Wednesday still in the upper 70s. I pushed the rain chance back until Wednesday night into early Thursday morning of next week. And even as those temperatures turn cooler at the end of the week, we'll still look for high temperatures above normal because by that time the average high is in the upper 60s.
It's very summery for the first week of October.
It is, and you know, we've also had some stronger thunderstorms. And yesterday we actually had a brief tornado touchdown.
Really?
And so we're going to do a quick beyond the barometer here to kind of show you what we were looking at. So let's start out by taking a look, first of all, at the setup that we have right now. Notice how these showers and storms are spinning around an area of low pressure in eastern Iowa. A lot of times that gives enough spin where it's possible you could see an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm pop up. In fact, the severe weather outlook for today actually has a marginal or level 1 risk across northern Illinois, and specifically for a brief tornado touchdown. Now, yesterday, over the last 48 hours, you can see just how few and far between these severe weather reports were. A couple of hail reports in eastern Iowa, but closer to home, we actually had a tornado report near between Belleville and New Glarus yesterday, a very brief tornado touchdown. National Weather Service surveyed the area. They couldn't even find any damage, but there was visual evidence of that. Carol Santulis, one of our viewers, sent in a picture of the wall cloud there, not necessarily the tornado, but certainly that looks like a supercell thunderstorm. And so what we look at to see whether or not there's a severe weather threat is we look at the upper air soundings. Remember yesterday we talked about the weather in 3 dimensions. So this is above the ground. So take a look at number 1. It's hard to tell in the lower right corner or lower left corner of the picture, but that's the instability. Normally we would expect those numbers to be like between 2 and 5,000. They're in a couple hundreds. The spin in the atmosphere, not very high either. That's the number 2 area. But we are watching that area 3. What that shows are the winds aloft. So near the ground, the winds are out of the southeast. You start getting up in the atmosphere, the winds are out of the west and southwest. That's the spin that was just enough to get that thunderstorm to spin enough and produce a brief tornado touchdown. But like I was telling people in the newsroom, you know, all tornadoes are not the same. It's like a car accident. You know, a car accident could be like a head-on collision or it could be a little fender bender. This was like a little fender bender.
Yeah.
So
Thank goodness.
Certainly nothing.
It didn't generate any warning or anything. It was
no warnings. I mean, if somebody does spot a tornado and it's on the ground, or the conditions are right, and we see more spin on the radar, then a warning will be issued. But nothing from yesterday.
Just pretty brief.
Yeah.
All right. You never know.
That's right.
Thank you, Gary.
Thanks,
Okay.
Gary.
Well, in Hawaii, yesterday was an emotional but necessary day for many Lahaina residents.
Those who lost their homes in the deadly firestorm last month were finally able to return to their properties.
Chelsea Davis shares one family story.
All right.
Tani Katsuyama holds on to her 84-year-old grandmother, Noreen Wells, as they walk through their Kaneo Road home. Every step is an agonizing reminder of everything they lost. Noreen built this home in 1968. 4 generations lived here.
It's unrecognizable. It's hard to process, I would say, I guess.
Tani was raised in this home, and she was planning on raising her 3 children here too. But now she says she doesn't think it's possible.
Right now it just looks weird. It looks like out of a horror movie.
Tani says they don't want to leave Hawaii, but they may have to.
You think with 2 really good incomes, my husband and I, we'd be able to buy a house and, you know, give my children what they deserve, what I had, you know, growing up here. We had a home with a yard and a neighborhood, and it's not possible, you know, because of how expensive homes are. Like, we were looking around a little bit, and it's like $1 million.
Her mother, who also grew up here, is heartbroken.
That's the part that, you know, it's gonna break our family apart. I just can't believe it's gone. It's heartbreaking, you know. All our memories were here.
Tawny is a talented photographer who depends on tourists to make a living, but she says she's not ready to go back to work yet.
It's frustrating because we depend on them so much, and I don't see they're planning on opening, you know, Lahaina on the 8th, and as much as like I need the income, none of us is ready to put on a smile and, you know, work for them when we're struggling. You know, we're still mourning, we're still grieving, and the expectation for us to put on a brave face and to be asked over and over and over again, did you lose your home in the fire? And then having to answer that.
Tawny is calling on government officials to do better.
It's still hard to process. It's just, it should have been, you know, preventable. Like, this was all preventable.
If you would like to help Tawny and her family rebuild, find their story on HawaiiNewsNow.com.
Yeah, can you imagine?
No.
All
devastation is incredible. Yeah, it's going to be a long road back.
It really is. Well, coming up next year on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us decide what's best to buy or lease an EV.
And then coming up next hour at 5, busing issues continue for students in the Madison School District. Our Jalen Banks will explain at 5.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. Shh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
Look, Mom, I found one. Oh, yeah, you did, but we need an ATM from our bank, unless you want to spend a small fortune in fees.
No, thank you. Banking with BMO means more fee-free ATMs than the 2 largest U.S. banks combined, including places like pharmacies and grocery stores.
Saving money and more convenient. Look at you being so helpful.
What'd you expect? You're studying at a help stop.
That's you.
That's me, at a desk.
When a bank helps you get and stay ahead, that's the BMO effect.
Update your home with new roofing and siding from Menards, plus get 11% off. Owens Corning shingles offer ultimate protection for your home. Choose from 50 styles to complement with your home's exterior. Get 11% off all Owens Corning shingles. Cedar Creek vinyl siding is low maintenance and built to withstand the elements. Choose from 16 popular color options, all backed with a limited lifetime warranty. Right now, $4.99 a piece after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
When dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation might be to blame. Over-the-counter eye drops can provide temporary relief. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. It targets inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation. Why wait? Ask your doctor about a 90-day prescription and pay as little as $0. Xiidra.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we always want to give you more variety. That's why we developed Buffet Your Way. Order your favorite pizza for the buffet and we'll bake it and make sure you get the first slice. Like thin crust prairie, pepperoni and green olives on stuffed crust, stampede, buffalo chicken with jalapenos. You name it, we make it. Oh, Carl, I wasn't actually ordering. No, Carl, don't be like that. Come back, we'll eat them.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Keep them coming, Carl.
What did you get?
A 94.
That's good. AAA Auto Insurance scored a 94 on member satisfaction.
What? AAA Auto Insurance?
Uh-huh. Shh. You can't shush the truth, people. You can't shush the truth.
AAA Auto Insurance. Expect something more.
New at 5, the future of abortion becomes murkier as pro-life groups call for Wisconsin's ban to be enforced. News 3 now outlines the current stalemate on abortion law.
Showers are expected through early Wednesday evening, and a few thunderstorms are possible this evening. Areas of fog are expected overnight. Dry and warmer weather arrives by the weekend. At 5, we'll let you know how much more rain to expect.
And ahead at 6, more parents step forward with complaints against Madison Metropolitan School District's transportation. We share the district and busing company's response tonight at 6.
I'll give you the weather satellite a spin. We end up in Detroit. It's the Renaissance Center. 67 degrees, just about what we're having
Pretty
here.
similar to the weather we're having, yeah.
Well, more and more electric cars are on the road, maybe because there are thousands of dollars in incentives to help reduce the cost.
Cashing in on those incentives, though, can be tricky if you're buying a car. But what about leasing one?
As Shane Hogan explains, leasing an EV might be an easier, better deal right now.
Want to buy an EV? How does a $7,500 tax credit sound? Well, there are just a few rules. The vehicle has to be assembled in North America, and its battery components and minerals must meet specific sourcing requirements. And the car has to cost under a certain amount, and your income can't be over another amount. And one more, you'll only get that money back after your taxes.
If you're set on buying a car and you know you qualify, you've talked to a tax professional, you know the car is going to qualify, you can go ahead and do that. It's going to get a little easier next year as dealerships are going to be able to process the credit and give the credit at the point of sale, which makes it simpler. But it is really, really complex right now.
But if you're eager to drive an EV now, CR says a lease may get you on the road faster.
The long and short of it is that all those rules go out the window if you lease a vehicle. No matter where the car was made, how much it cost, you can get that full $7,500 off the total price of the vehicle. And then the leasing company processes that credit up front, which lowers your monthly payments.
The usual leasing rules apply. Along with the down payment, you'll make monthly payments for a set number of months and a set number of miles. And at the end of the lease, you return the car to the leasing company. Those rules can deter some traditional car buyers, but in the case of an EV, they might work to your advantage.
Electric vehicle technology is changing really, really rapidly. There are new cars coming in the market. Range is getting longer for battery-powered vehicles. So the car that you buy today might end up being outdated in a few years, and leasing can help you avoid getting stuck with yesterday's technology.
And as automakers continue to lower the price of electric vehicles, trying to attract more buyers, you won't take the hit if your leased vehicle is suddenly worth less. And while no one has a crystal ball to see the future, if demand for used EVs is still high at the end of the lease, it may make sense to purchase the car for the buyout value that's written into the lease contract. This is Shane Hogan.
And did you know that you can negotiate the cost of a lease?
Consumer Reports says it's important to remember that local car dealers are competing amongst each other for your business. So it never hurts to ask them to waive dealer fees and other markups.
And inventory is building up again, so there's cars available. Well, still to come at 4, COVID cases are up, the new vaccine is available, and tests are free again.
Is this a repeat of 2022? We'll talk with UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
Here at Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, it is easier than ever to eliminate pain due to carpal tunnel syndrome. Dr. Opal, for people who are experiencing hand pain, specifically they might think it's carpal tunnel, what are some signs that yes, what they are dealing with is probably carpal tunnel?
Yep, great question. And carpal tunnel syndrome is one of the most common causes for pain or numbness or any symptom anybody would be experiencing in their hand. And specifically it can be a sense of tightness, a sense of pain in the wrist or hand, a sense that the hand is falling asleep, going numb, going tingly, that we might want to have to shake the hand to kind of wake it up. These can all be signs and symptoms of carpal tunnel syndrome.
So an option is getting surgery done, but surgery on carpal tunnel syndrome looked a lot different years ago than it does now. Explain those differences.
Yep, exactly. Many years ago, the surgery to resolve carpal tunnel syndrome used to be a much larger endeavor, longer incision, longer operative time, many more weeks and months to get back to normal use and functioning of the hand. But now we have the ability to do it in the office with a small incision and very quick operative time to achieve our results, and this has allowed patients to get back to a full level of activity even the same afternoon following surgery.
Patients must be thrilled to find out they can finally live pain-free because of the changes in this surgery.
Exactly. As patients become aware that the treatment for carpal tunnel syndrome is much less involved and risky and extensive as maybe they were thinking, we're finding a lot more patients are willing to put themselves through the surgery to treat and be done with their chronic hand pain.
No need to live with this pain any longer. Call today. A lot of times they have same-day or next-day appointments. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
And first horn traffic, the roads are in pretty good shape today. Not seeing any problems on the Beltline, I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison. Just a bit of a slowdown eastbound on the Beltline approaching Stoughton Road as the flex lanes start to wind down. Otherwise, south and east of Madison, no problems on I-39, 90 down toward Illinois, I-94 eastward toward Milwaukee or US 12 into southeastern Wisconsin, traveling pretty much at the posted speed limits, as well as north of Madison, US 151 into Dodge County, I-39, 90, 94 to Portage, 39 into central Wisconsin, and 90 and 94 through the Dells and into west central Wisconsin. That's your news through now, first horn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. The skill is called a round-off backhand spring full, and Austin Beam has done it countless times before, but this past Saturday, he felt a breeze between his legs. The recovery was still stellar, but one post turned into a few shares, and that turned into millions of views. And in an instant, Beam went from just an Iowa sophomore into a viral sensation. In the end, he said he finds it all pretty amusing.
I can't believe he didn't trip either. He just kept right on going.
That's talent.
Yes, it is.
Well, COVID cases continue to rise all around us, and a new vaccine is now available.
The federal government is once again offering free at-home COVID tests. You can get them at covidtests.gov.
Medical experts say now is the time to get the updated vaccine before you gather with friends and family for the holidays. University Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is back with us. Welcome back.
Hi, Dr. Potoff.
Is this a here we go again?
No, I don't think so. Not nearly to the extent that we had it during, the middle of the pandemic. It's true. Cases are going up. We're seeing a little bit more of that. We're seeing hospitalizations go up a little bit in the state. But context is important, and comparative to surges that we had during the pandemic, we're not even close to that yet. So it's not to say ignore it. I think it's a good idea to get that vaccine that just came out. That reduces your likelihood of getting severe disease by a lot. But I think if we do that, that for the most part should do a good job of making sure we don't have too much of a surge of COVID-19 this fall.
Anecdotally, it seems like everybody is getting sick again now. And I don't know if it's the change of seasons or if it's that there's more COVID around. But at this point, should you treat it any differently than a common cold? Do we still have to quarantine and go through the whole protocol?
Yeah, I think so. As far as make sure you isolate, stay home from work. And the reason being is unlike the common cold or unlike influenza, there are some people who get really sick and still can die from COVID-19. So it's not like it was before, but it's still something where if I'm thinking, I have COVID, am I going to go to work? I'm like, probably not, because I don't know if I'm that guy then that makes someone so sick that that they pass away or end up in the hospital. So
and that's a reason to get the vaccine, so that you don't infect somebody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, it reduces a little bit your risk, especially shortly after you get it, of getting the virus, transmitting it to other folks. But the real benefit there is so you're not that person that gets COVID and then surprise you find yourself really sick, going to the hospital. Now you're on a ventilator. Once you start that journey, there's no do-over. So you got to be proactive about it. Get the vaccine so you don't get real sick later.
Are you running into some vaccine fatigue?
I think there's always a little bit of vaccine fatigue out there, but I think the thing that's nice about where we've landed with COVID is it's just becoming another one of those vaccines that you get in the fall. And we did that before the pandemic. There were vaccines that you would get sometime in September, October, protect yourself for the respiratory season. And now there's a couple extra ones, but it's not like people are having to get this every 6 months or whatever it was before, when it seemed like every couple months there was a recommendation to get a vaccine.
And now you recommend getting the flu shot at the same time as the COVID booster.
I think so. I mean, I'm sure everyone's as busy as I am. I don't want to have to go to CVS or Walgreens or to my doctor's office twice. So plan to get those on the same day. That's totally safe. Your immune reaction is totally fine. And then, you got, 2 sore arms instead of 1, but at least, you're only going to the doctor's office once.
Use both arms, not all in one?
I mean, I would use both arms, but if you want to be...
I think so, too. Yeah. And there's the RSV vaccine out there as well.
There is. The RSV vaccine for those over the age of 60. Certainly talk to your doctor about that, but if you're in a higher risk group, there probably is a recommendation to get that. And then there's also a vaccine available for pregnant women that confers immunity to their unborn child for the first 0 to 6 months of life, reduces hospitalization by RSV by 91%. If you're pregnant right now and you're going to deliver during this respiratory season, talk to your obstetrician. That might be a good option to reduce the chance that your infant gets admitted with RSV.
And if you've been stockpiling COVID tests from the last outbreak, should you...
I got a drawers full of them.
Should you sign up and get new ones, or is it okay to use the old
You know,
ones?
I would check your expiration date. So, and it's not enough to just check the package. Most of those will show expired. There is a website that you can go to that will give you your new expiration date. And if you have plenty of tests, you don't need to get these new tests. At the same time, I went online. It takes about 3 minutes to sign up and have COVID tests delivered to your house the week of October 2nd.
You can use the same website to order them. There's also a link
to check it.
To check the expired, the updated expired.
Because even the tests they send you now, the ones you'd get in the first week of October, will likely say they're expired on the box, but they're not. The expiration date's been extended.
COVIDtests.gov is the site.
That's why they're free.
Maybe that's it.
So there's no reason not to get it. If you're traveling like later, could you want to hold off a little bit if you're going to be going overseas or something?
I would say if this was a couple months earlier and you're trying to time respiratory season, there might be some logic to that. But right now, if you get vaccinated now, you're going to build that immunity. You're going to be really close to kind of the start, middle of our respiratory season. I wouldn't wait too much longer.
Yeah, all right. Just getting an appointment is tough right now.
Yeah, true.
Especially in Dane County. We all like to get vaccinated in Dane County.
You know.
Doctor, thank you.
You bet.
Thanks,
Good
Dr.
to see you
Putoff.
guys.
Good to see you.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
They said millions would lose their jobs and the economy would collapse. But this president refused to let that happen. Instead, he got to work, fixing supply chains, fighting corporate greed, passing laws to lower the cost of medicine, cut utility bills, and make us more energy independent. Today, inflation is down, unemployment the lowest in decades. There's more to do, but President Biden is getting results that matter.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night. Your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 78 years. And during our 78th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $78. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
New at 5, the future of abortion becomes murkier as pro-life groups call for Wisconsin's ban to be enforced. We outline the current stalemate and discover how UW-Madison's innovative approach to kidney transplants could improve a recipient's health. That's next at 5.
Wisconsin's newest and most exclusive sports show, Wisconsin Huddle. It's a dynamic 30-minute weekly special produced for the die-hard fans of Wisconsin athletics. Watch Wisconsin Huddle Friday nights at 6:30. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Well, there's live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Just cloudy and gray here, not seeing any showers, but the Platteville-Queen Bee Radio Skycam looking to the northwest shows some showers there, and they have been moving through southwestern Wisconsin. In fact, the heaviest thunderstorm cell is actually just south of Mineral Point, maybe a little bit of hail associated with that, some very small hail. Otherwise, just some flashes of lightning and scattered showers, mainly south and west of Madison. 6-hour future track radar shows more pop-up showers and isolated thunderstorms through the evening hours. Right now, temperatures are mainly in the 60s. 60s. Janesville's at 70, Madison at 67, but certainly where the showers are, that's where temperatures are in the 60s. And they'll probably stay nearly steady through the evening.
All right, Gary, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll tell you about Czar's Promise, a nonprofit helping pets and their owners facing cancer.
And Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be here to answer your plant and garden questions live. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation. America, it's a 24/7 kind of place. And that's where Ford Escape comes in, the ultimate getaway vehicle. With available driver assist technologies like pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking and Bliss with cross-traffic alert to help you get away from it all, even when you're right in the middle of it. You got this with Ford Escape. Choose FlexBuy on Escape with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash, only at your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In today's Final Touch, Szechuan lanterns illuminate Hong Kong.
That's the theme of a month-long show that's taking place right now in Hong Kong. The splendid lantern show opened this week at Aldridge Bay Park in Hong Kong. It's all to welcome the upcoming Mid-Autumn Festival. It features a mesmerizing display of handmade lanterns that feature designs which are a remarkable blend of creativity and cultural interaction. They showcase large and medium-sized installations that symbolize joy and a shared vision of a brighter future. With a history of over a millennium, the Lantern Show is recognized as a national intangible cultural heritage event.
It gets better and better every year.
Were you there for that?
Oh yeah, this is a big deal. The Lantern Festival. Yeah, not like that though. Yeah.
It's grown over the years.
Yes.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.